What's up, everybody? Kendra Smith, the Maverick Girl here. I got a little bit of a treat for you all. Those of you wondering, I'm doing this for YouTube. But we're going to be playing Vintage today. That's right. This is my first ever foray into Vintage. I have never played a single game of Vintage in my life before this. Barring, of course, you know, oh, look, I put a classic deck together on Magic Online 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and ran it in Classic and got steamrolled by a deck that was on Soul Rings and all that. You know, basically Vintage without the power. So, I have never really actually played a proper game of Vintage before. I've obviously, you know, played some Vintage cubes, so I'm no stranger to power or any of that. But boy howdy, I'm ready. I'm ready. So let's jump in and try some Vintage out. Boy howdy, this is going to be a wild ride. So hold on to your butts, folks, because we're about to play Legacy, or we're about to play Vintage for the first time ever. Assuming we can find our matches, of course. Volrath XP, I actually know them. Seems good. What's up, Tremble? How you doing? All right. I guess we keep this, right? We go Sapphire Shop, Overseer, Hangarback Walker? Yeah, that seems right to me. Legacy was pretty good. We had a 3-2 finish, so not too bad. This is great, because then we can do this, play the, you know, we can't really play the Lurrus just yet, but we have a good start, so. God, this is going to be fun. I have never played Vintage before, and I'm ready for this. Preordain, sure. Wow. Well, we won our first game of Vintage. I don't know what they're on or what they're doing. So. Preordain. Preordain could be Xerox. Could be probably like Possibility Storm. It makes sideboarding a little hard when I'm not as familiar with all of the decks out there. I think the best way to do this is probably going to be just run it back, especially since I'm so new to everything. Like, we know it's not Dredge, like, so we don't need Tormod's Crypt, we don't need Cage. Pearl Soul Ring. Chalice for 1. Who's got... I am actually level 1. How's it going? Wow, with the raid. Thanks so much. How are you doing? Wow. What's up, folks? We're playing Vintage for literally the very first time ever. I have never played a game of Vintage before in my life. I'm no stranger to like Legacy and all that, but this is my very first time ever playing Vintage. So this is a learning experience for me. Oh my gosh, is that a Lurrus emote? Alright, so am I thinking this right? It's Pearl Ring, Chalice. Pearl Ring, Chalice for 1. Mental misstep, huh? Well, we can't Chalice for 1 now. Man, nothing. Cast Stonecoil for 1? If they're not doing anything, at least it's a little bit of a clock. Time walk, sure. Merchant Scroll. Recall. Sapphire. Well, full dead. Should I? No. That's the thing. I'm trying to get used to all of the different ways some of these cards interact. Like, when's the best time to play one thing over another? Shattering Spree. Full dead. Alright. Yeah, let's just go to the next game. They weren't doing much, but I'm tired of that. So what are they even on? Probably Xerox, huh? Yeah, they're probably on Xerox. Do I even want anything? I don't think I do, right? Like, maybe Dismember, but that doesn't really feel good. It's probably just run it back. Yeah, I feel like it's just run it back. So, this is probably okay. Again, I'm so new to this that I'm just like, I'm worried I'm gonna like, you know, muck something up here, but I feel like, you know, workshop into Stonecoil Serpent for 1, Sphere of Resistance, and then we can, you know, do like Steel Overseer and whatnot. It's fine. Yeah, it seems alright. Let's go with that. First time experience, right? Trying to figure out if the hand is good or not. Like, it looks good to me. I don't know if it's good to, you know, some of the more veteran players who might be watching. So I apologize for any, you know, any foul-ups, any misplays, what have you. But we're having fun here. That's what matters. Learning a format for the first time. You got to take those losses with the wins, right? Exactly. Misstep? Sure. Steel Overseer, what's up, friendo? Days, huh? Sure. It's been a while since I've run into days anywhere. Ruby. Let's play Hangarback. That's an easy Walking Ballista. Pew! Let's put a counter on that and pass the turn. Risen Reef? What? Hello, Lotus. Let's go for the Stonecoil, I guess. Especially if they're on multicolor nonsense. This is a trip, though. Ruby. Bunch of Mox and nonsense over there. Bolting the Lurrus. Big womps. Hello, Steel Overseer friendo. Sure. Let me hold up Hangarback. Can block with it if we need to, or God, Risen Reef here is just so strange. Do I need to be worried about anything going into this Ravager? Maybe I should play this safe. See what they have in their hand before I try and go all in. Yeah, let's do that. See what they got in their hand first. Actual nothing sure. They got the Underworld Breach, but that doesn't do anything here. Okay. Narset. Mystic Sanctuary for Cruise? Bolt. Interesting. So, Young Peasy Bolt. Yep. Totally cool with that. And a preordained. So we should be in the clear. I can't really think of anything that would cause me a problem at this point. I appreciate you all hanging out, being here. How you doing, all? Sorry if I haven't been super attentive or anything. You know, trying to learn how to play this for the first time ever. So, I hope you are all having a wonderful day. I hope you very much had a good time with watching. I am level 1. Awesome. So we won our very first match of Vintage in my entire life. Off to a great start, right? Undefeated in Vintage in terms of matches. So let's keep it going, see how we can keep it going. All right. That was a trip. How am I liking the deck so far? It's a little more complicated than I thought, but I guess that's from the standpoint of me not being as familiar with the deck itself, you know? So I shouldn't say being as familiar with the deck, but rather not being acutely aware of what my opponents are on, if that makes sense. So I don't know how my opponent's decks really function quite so well. This feels... I don't know if this is something I really want. This feels like a mull. I can go Stonecoil Serpent turn 1 and then turn 2 Steel Overseer, but again, this just feels iffy. Yeah, let's mulligan that. That looks a lot nicer. Whatever we got going on here, I'm a fan of this. Probably Dismember. Yeah, I'm going to go with Dismember here. I think that's the one. So we can go Ancient Tomb into Steel Overseer. And then we have Hangarback Walker or with Stonecoil Serpent. Pump those up quite a bit. Let's play around Days, especially since we've got Steel Overseer online. All right, is there something I want to name with Revoker? don't think so. Not that I'm aware of yet, at least. Lotus. Lotus, Lurrus, Lotus. Let's sack this, make some tokens, and then pump up those tokens. Force. Force pitching force. I think I win, unless they have something. Nope, got him. This smells like Storm. Feels like they're just trying to set up for an actual thing. So this is probably Dismember with 3 Mindbreak traps. Yeah, it's probably Mindbreak traps. So what do we want to take out here then? Probably a Thorn, a Ballista, Revoker felt a little medium. Actually, these spell bombs are pretty god-awful, aren't they? Let's keep, then, the Thorn, I guess. Mull that. Easy mull. Pretty good keeps. I think Karakas. Ballista for 2. Seems solid, especially when next turn we can go for Lurrus. That's a really easy wasteland, isn't it? Force of Will? Daggers. Sure, take your 2 life. Can't really get much value out of the Lurrus right now, but we can do this. So next turn we can start pulling stuff out of the yard. Oh boy, howdy. Oh, sure. I forgot the X converted mana cost is like that. Okay. Yeah, I saw about that whole bug that was going around with Lurrus. If you all are enjoying the stream, you can obviously hit that follow button. I'm doing a lot of different content for all different formats going forward. I've started full-time streaming as of last week. So, yeah, I'm trying to do this much more often going forward. Looking forward to it a lot. Ruby. Ruby, 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 Ruby. Whoa. LED. Sack for Lurrus. Lost Underworld Breaches, but they could play it again. At least not this turn, but next turn. But I can kill the Lurrus, so... Sure? No, not that. Not you. You. Yep, they gave it to me. So I am 2-0 so far, my first ever Vintage League. So off to an excellent start here. Now, I don't want to get too hopeful, but I swear, if I end up 5-0ing my first ever Vintage League, I might lose my shit. That would be freaking fantastic. It would be a wild trip. So what are we doing now? Back from dinner and whatnot. How goes the vintage? The vintage is, we're 2-0 so far. Won my first 2 matches ever in vintage. So I'm having a blast. I guess that hand is okay. We got shops. Let's play this. Drop a sphere. Oh, we got a mirror match. Hangarback for 1, folks. We're trying our damnedest. Hope opponent is on Ozolith. That would be a sight to see, wouldn't it? Is our opponent going to Walking Ballista us? Oh, yes they are. That's highly unfortunate. Run it back. Sideboard here. I just feel like... Do we actually run No Rod in here? Oh my god, they are on it! Well, we can at least Wasteland the workshop. So, probably very dead. Oh, did I update this? I think I updated it. I did. Sick. Jeez, LED. Stonecoil is decent. Big snacky snack. Mox Ruby. I think they're going to kill us. So they're going to sacrifice everything to the Ravager. Ravager sacks itself. All the counters that were on Ozolith, or were on it, get put onto the Ballista. Yes, we are very dead. So let's go ahead and scoop right on up and give it to them and go on to the next game. Dismember. Do we null rod? Like, we null rod and turn it into just a big slugfest? Chalice seems bad. Do we need null rod here and literally just turn it into who can get the bigger creature down? Alright. I'm just trying to think about what I need to cut then. Oh, the Nihil Spellbombs. Well, Spellbomb's still pretty okay with Lurrus in the mix. I think maybe go down to 1. Let's do 2, actually. It's good with Lurrus. But, nah. Let's just roll with it and see what happens. Again, I have never played Vintage before, so, you know, learning experiences, everybody. 2 Mana Crypt, start with Spyglass and go into Ravager seems okay to me. Steel Overseer, I think, is the hit. Yeah. Like, very easy Steel Overseer. They've got a Dismember. Let's do this. Wasteland hitting the Ancient Tomb. Or Dismember. No, they're dismembering. That's fine. Lost the flip. Losing some flips. Oh no. Phyrexian Tower, you say? Ha ha. Made me choose Shops? Well, to be completely honest, Shops is one of the cheaper decks that I can actually build. I'm kind of limited right now because Card Hoarder limits me to 500 ticks at a time. So there's only certain decks that I'm actually able to play with and build at any given time. So they played Workshop, and we can dismember that pretty easily, I think, before it gets off a little bit too much here. Oh my gosh. Just super dying. I think now is a good time to lose the Mana Crypt. Oh, what am I doing? I'm like ultra fucking this up. God damn it. I could have gotten the Lurrus and recast the Ravager. You're right, Steve. This is, in fact, how we learn things. Oh my gosh. Chalice for 0? Sure. Tails never fails. Alright, we won. Revoker. I don't really care. Steel Overseer. I sack it. God, I hate this. I think I just have to pass. Because I don't think I can cast a Lurrus now. Because if I do, I run the risk of just dying. I know they've got a Karakas, a Steel, and 2 Steel Overseers in their hand. They also have a Wasteland on the battlefield. If I wait, then they're going to Wasteland that. Yeah, I think we're just ultra dead no matter what I do here. Yeah, let's just go to the next game. Or we just lost. Alright, so whatever, not a bad deal. So 2-1. Still a solid start. Let's see if we can keep it going for those last couple things here. That's the thing. So I'm just totally inexperienced with that mirror match. And totally could have gone in with the Lurrus, but super hecked it up and punted that match away. But like Komodo Drake said, that's how we learn things. Slowly trying to build a vintage deck, hard to justify when you can just buy Pauper the format for a fraction of the cost. I totally feel that. So one of the things I actually want to do in the near future is I want to go and build... I want to do like a video series where I create a whole new Magic Online... or a whole new Magic Online account. And take it from like a base thing, so like Penny Dreadful, and build it all the way up to like various formats. Build all the Pauper decks that I want. Like build like 10 specific decks or something. Then build Pioneer. Then build Modern. Then build Legacy and Vintage. So like you can show people like, hey, this is how you actually build like a cool deck in all these different formats out there. And get yourself started with Magic Online. Shop, Overseer, Nihil, Sapphire. I mean, this all seems like a really good start. They're also on Lurrus. Sapphire. Workshop. Workshop casts Overseer into Spellbomb. Pearl. Island. Lavinia. Sure. Yeah, I could totally see that. What do we want to name? It could also be Xerox. Like, Xerox is, I was looking at some Xerox lists, and Xerox definitely kind of plays a bunch of this, too. Xerox has played Lavinia's. I think we just want to name the Pearl, since it's on the board already. Oh, you're right. So I guess we could hit a lot of things, right? But I think we really just want to probably go in on the Yeah, let's just name Mox Opal. Or Mox Pearl, rather. True. Let's try this. Force negation, losing that. This is a little awkward, isn't it? Not really. I could cast Lurrus, but I think I want to give it a turn. Hello, Walking Ballista. I actually don't know that I want to bother with the Lurrus here now. Let's see if we can get this. And scoop. All right. So I'm kind of in agreements. Like some kind of storm deck feels likely. So Mindbreak Trap seems pretty good. Could they also be on Doomsday? No, because Doomsday doesn't run the Lavinias. So yeah, you're probably right. It's probably something like Paradoxical. They don't do like snaps or anything, do they? Maybe one sometimes, looks like. If they're not really casting anything out of their graveyards, then I don't think I really need the spell bombs. This is a Null Rod matchup. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I need to figure that out. Keep is better. I've been struggling to kind of figure some stuff out. There's a few things I need to update for sure with regards to all of that. Chalice. Yeah, we're definitely trying a whole bunch of different formats, so why not Vintage, right? Man, what do I want? probably some number of Revokers. Like 1 Revoker, 1 Ballista. One Serpent. Because we want the other stuff like that deals with what they're doing more than anything else, I think. Three-2 league yesterday, only losing to 2 shot matchup. It's nice. Yeah, this is my very first time ever playing Vintage. This hand seems actually bad. We've got the Mindbreak Trap if they try and combo, but we have absolutely nothing else. So this seems like an easy mulligan. I mean, that's a turn 1 Null Rod. So, sure. Probably put Urborg. No, we want Urborg. I think we put the Stonecoil on the bottom here. Because this way we can actually play the Null Rod. If the Null Rod gets countered, then we can play the other Null Rod. I like this. Yeah, let's put the Stonecoil on the bottom. No. Yeah, Stonecoil. It doesn't leave us with too much to answer them with, but I think it's a reasonable way to get started here. What's up, Jerry? How are you doing? We're out here playing some Vintage. That's a yike. Non-creature spells, okay. Well, we can cast this 1 mana Hangarback Walker for right now. I might be interested in that. Maybe not right this second. I want to finish the league up, but after I'm done with my league, absolutely. That sounds like a good time. No mana was spent to cast it, so... No. Oh. Should have pumped that first. Oh well. Time Walk, sure. I need to get me some of like these older power things, but I guess that's one of those things I want to do when I end up working on that video series down the line. I'll tell you though, this has been an absolute treat playing Eternal formats today. I've very much enjoyed this. Jerry, is there any kind of deck that you want to play up again? Oh wow. Oh right, so interesting. Look, we made a good, we took a guess based on what we knew. And it just didn't pay off. So, we tried. Deadweight, what the fuck? Oh, I believe it. Blocking that feels like a trap right now. Let's let that go through. Swordsing the Walking Ballista, huh? Nice. I'm level 1 actually rated my channel today, so really cool to see some awesome people popping in. Snapcaster Mage. Swords, but can't cast swords. Let's block the Lavinia now. Another Null Rod, huh? Let's throw that there. Can't do anything with these, but I may as well put them on the battlefield, you know? Let's hold up this Hangarback Walker as a blocker. Yeah, that's a good point. It makes Tolarian bigger when we actually drop it. I'll tell you one thing, we are set for nonsense here. I'm an idiot. Now they can cast Lurrus. I'm gonna bop that out of here right now while I have a chance to do so. Kush? Sure. I like to think I'm still very much dead. There's Lurrus. Cast this Hangarback Walker. Pass the turn off to them. Swords of Plowshares, the big Hangarback Walker. Deadweight, or the Hangarback Walker, Deadweight, the Thopter. I guess I can't deadweight it. I might as well block it now, because otherwise I'll just deadweight it next turn. No. They snapcastered for the thing. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's right. They Lurrus cast the snapcaster out of the graveyard. Okay. I see. Well, we're dead, so good game, opponent. Let's take out them no rods. Probably bringing Grafdigger's Cages. They aren't that good. Oh, that's fair. Do we even want these Mind Break traps done? Right, but don't forget, it also shuts down their cards in their graveyard. So even if they can't. Right, Grafdigger's Cage stops that. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. So they can't cast the spells out of their graveyard with Lurrus. That's why it's good. It's not just creatures. Yeah, let's bring them in. Remember, they're not just on Lurrus, but they're on Snapcaster too, so it also stops them from doing Snapcaster shenanigans. I don't know that we need the full 4, but yeah, I don't think we need full 4 Grafdigger's Cages, but 3 seems good. I'm a fan though of going back up on the beats. Now that is a good hand. So turn 1 Steel Overseer, turn 2 Walking Ballista, Thorn of Amethyst, depending on what they play. Turn 1 Thorn. All right. That's fair. Oh, yeah, well, especially with the Mox in and all that. That's a good point. They've got Force of Will. Sure. Jerry, I am currently 2-1. There's Bob. Tails never fails. And we lost the flip. It failed. Why did it fail? Ballista for 2 right now. Hit the Confidant. Play Overseer. Pass the turn. No Null Rod, let's go. Wasteland, the Mishra's Workshop, sure. Tails never fails, come on. We got there. Jesus. Okay. Lurrus, I could go for Lurrus, but I don't think I really want to here. I think I want to actually focus on the Ravager while we've got it. What do I want to... Do I want to name anything with Revoker? No, they just scooped. Awesome. So we're 3-1 in my first ever Vintage League. Unbelievable. All right, let's see if we can 4-1. Power 9. Boy, that seems great. And we got the mana for Lurrus, too? Have I ran into Dredge? No. I think I'm going to keep this. What am I trying to hit with the Revoker's Chalice and all of that? Ugh. True enough. Oh, yes, this is going to be fantastic. So, probably Dismember and then Sphere of Resistance. I don't want to cast Sphere first, because then I'm taking extra life to the Dismember. Yeah, let's just do that. No. That's a good point. Strip mine the Silent Clearing. Tails never fails. God damn it, Tails. Alright. How do we want to do this? Revoker and name what? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking top is probably what we're going for here. Yeah, I've also seen the Power 9 play a lot of PO before. Okay, definitely need to cast that Lurrus. Ah, okay. That's a fair assessment of things. Ravager. Hello, friendo. Let's go for another sphere, I think. I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. We could do this, tax them some more. Hold up the Karakas for Lurrus if we really need to. Yeah, I was about to say, that's what I'm probably going to do here. Revoker on Soul Ring. And they scooped. Okay, so what do we want to do now? You're right, this list doesn't have top. So this one is definitely more along the lines of PO. So what do we do? So no, I think this is PO. So kind of do what we did last time: 3 mind breaks, 2 null rods. Do we want any graph diggers? Probably not. Spellbomb probably is decent. Because they're definitely getting a lot of stuff out of the graveyard. Maybe not, actually. Take out 2 Walking Ballistas. Oh no, let's bring those back in. Just the one. And we can cut the Revokers, though. We'll see how this goes. God, that's a good hand. Okay, sure. That's a heck of a sneap if ever I saw one. Yeah. We're going to exile that, I think. I don't know if that's the right play, but we're going to try it. Stop some Lotus shenanigans. Chalice 4-0. Walking Ballista. Hercule's Recall, huh? Sure. Yikes. No rod. Ouch. Ugh. Okay, we're in for a bad time now. Let's pass it and see what happens. Don't forget, they're still in top deck mode. So, like, I'm not saying we're done yet. We're probably done, but I'm not saying we're done yet. I should still cast this again for 0, I think, at this point. Oh, and they got a strip mine too? Yeah, we're probably dead. Oh, yes. There's not a lot we can do with this, though. I mean, we could cast the Stonecoil Serpent, or at least try to. That is the plan, isn't it? So they got the strip mine for the Academy. That's probably going to happen. Recall, sure. Hercule's Recall again. Unreal daggers. And we're actually dead. I have like the slimmest possibility of an out, but it's almost certainly not going to happen. It's literally we draw into Workshop. If we get Workshop, then and we can stick the Stonecoil Serpent, then we can win. But that's a big if. And that's nope. We're dead. So, if they're casting Null Rods, are they on... What are they even on right now? All right, Komodo. Well, thanks for popping in. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, God. Yeah, let's just run it back, try it again. It's fine. Try it. Let's go Sphere. Ooh, that was a pretty good draw. Man, that's a lot of nothing there. They've got their Hurkyl's Recall and plenty of mana to cast it with. So I guess we just call Mana Crypt, but that's probably not going to do anything. Because they're just going to go Hurkyl's Recall. Oh man, you're right. I should have hit Wasteland. Right, but the Wasteland can obviously destroy my land still with the Sorcerous Spyglass. Tapping the sacrifice the Wasteland to destroy a thing is not a mana ability. Oh, shit, you're right. Well, what was that we were saying before? This is a learning experience for everybody involved. Well, for me at least. So I guess we'll just pass the turn to them. God. You tell that I haven't really played with Sorcerous Spyglass that much. Alright. Oh my god. And they revealed another Hurkyl's Recall? Oh, I'm so dead. Demonic Tutor. Sure. Still got an outside shot, but it is not looking good for your friendly streamer. Oh boy, howdy. They got the Black Lotus off of the Confidant. Oh, well, no, they can't cast it because of the Chalice, but they can go Hurkyl's Recall, play Lotus. Interesting. They got me on hell of a clock, though. Yeah, I'm just going to scoop. I don't think I can win. So, 3-2 finish. Not too bad for first time in Vintage, you know. So, let's crack that chest, see if we get something pretty nice, and wrap up everything, at least for YouTube nonsense. And we got an Etched Champion. 45 play points. I'll take 45 play points. And Etched Champion isn't the worst thing either. So, we're up to an even 400 play points again. So, keeping it rolling. So, all right, I'm just going to wrap this up for YouTube. And so, what's up, everybody? I am Kendra Smith, the Maverick. That was the first ever run in Vintage. Not too bad. I liked how this deck played. I definitely would feel like I would need a little more time with it to kind of get used to running it, adjusting it and everything. So I like this deck. And I hope to be able to play some more Vintage going forward. This was a fun little experience. And yeah, I'll definitely be doing some more of this in the near future. So very excited. So if you all want to, like, follow, subscribe, whatever, you can obviously, if you're on Twitch here right now, you can hit that little follow button at the top. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna drop some links in now. First off, I want to shout out cardhoarder.com. They're the ones that make all of my streams like this one possible. I love it. And want to throw think of my articles. I write articles every week on coolstuffinc.com. And you can check those out. They're up every Wednesday. And it's been a lot about Pauper, but I'm probably going to obviously, expand more into other formats. I might actually write an article this week talking about, hey, I tried out a bunch of different formats. Here's my experiences with them right now. I also have a Discord server. If you want to check me out on Discord, I have a Discord set up where I talk about all kinds of, hey, I'm running all these different decks. It's a lot of fun. Good times. And I also have a sweet Twitter account. Follow me, chat me up there. And obviously on YouTube, where I'm posting this replay as is. So if you are looking for any of these links on YouTube, you can find them in the description below. And that wraps that up. So until next time, I'll see you all then.